How's it going, everyone? Jacob here. If you haven't noticed yet, or you're not on my Facebook page or Instagram, I am back OTR. So, kind of a short story of what all happened was I left Prime for an opportunity to be home more. Pretty much it was not guaranteed every weekend, but they would try and get you through the house every weekend. Which was mostly true. I did have one weekend where I thought I could drop the load, but I got there past their window, so I had to wait till Monday. So, on all aspects, yes, I was able to get home on most weekends. I was switched over to a company position. Main reason was health benefits and all that. They were alright. A little bit of pay difference on it. The big thing first time I've ever seen it where you had to be, if anyone in your family was a smoker, it was classified as smoking policy versus non-smoking. And if you selected the non-smoking and someone's a smoker and they found out, it would have been an immediate termination for lying on your paperwork. So that was the first time I've ever encountered that with them. But kind of the downfall started about a month in. Communication kind of started going downhill really quick. Some people kind of, I've said the company name. I'm not going to say the company name. I don't think that they deserve time of the day to. I'll go into more detail on what I truly think about them in this video. Started pretty much back on my birthday. I requested to have the Monday, because my birthday was on a Sunday. I requested to have the Monday off so that way I can go and have some fun on my birthday. They're like, yeah, no problem. Friday I get a load, deliver, where is it? Northern Tennessee. And I'm like, all right, what am I doing? Am I deadheading home? Am I going to the Murfreesboro yard? And what am I doing? So they end up giving me this load to pick up and then drop at the Murfreesboro yard. I'm like, sweet, okay. So pick up the load and make it down to the Murfreesboro yard that day. Go to bed, wake up, don't have any messages, don't have any clue what's going on, so I reach out to dispatch and don't hear anything back for 2 hours. Now when you call in, they pretty much just don't call in to these guys. They pretty much, like, before they even first thing they pick up the phone, they know who it is because it's a limited number of drivers. And they're like, well, we're working on it, and they hang up on you. So I was sitting there. When I finally hear back, they said, yeah, we got a load coming in. Delivers Tuesday. I'm like, okay, no problem. Usually it's a local delivery, all that. So I'm like, even if it's a 8 a.m. appointment, I got to leave by 7. No big issue. Well, it finally dispatches me on the load, and I actually can see the load information. The load was an 8 a.m. appointment. 8 a.m. appointment in Ohio. Now, granted, I had to park the truck in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It is literally an 8-hour drive. It's considered 9 with time change, because you switch over to the Eastern time slot. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, how does that make sense to have a day off when, okay, I would have to be on the road by 11, like absolutely latest, so more like 10 p.m. Monday. So I'm like, that means I gotta be in bed 2 o'clock in the afternoon to try and get some sleep on my day off. I'm like, how the hell does this make sense? So I call in, and I'm like, and I explain that to him. I'm like, I'm supposed to have the day off. He goes, well, that's the only load we got. We cannot authorize you to deadhead. So I'll call the customer and see how late you can deliver it. I'm like, oh, unless they schedule it for the next day, it's not going to make a huge lot of difference. They're like, oh, the load's got to be there by 1 p.m. the absolute latest. I'm like, so if I refuse, which as a company driver, you're not supposed to be able to, you're not supposed to refuse loads. I'm like, so if I refuse this load, I'm still sitting here, can't move, right? He goes, yes. Alright, so I guess I'm just screwed and fucking gonna have to eat the bullet on this one and freaking take that load so I can go home. So that was a second strike with them, and then from there, as I said, communication on certain stuff. A lot of they advertised as having a lot of direct customer freight, but I was getting a lot of brokerage loads. And with that, they were not sending me all the information, so I had to call them, and literally the dispatcher I had would tell me, oh, well, you just call the broker. When I knew the information I was looking for was in the rate con. But as a company driver, they don't want to send you the rate con because they don't want you to see how much they're getting paid for that load. I didn't really give a shit. So, but there was 4 different times I had to go through to the broker as a company driver, which, my opinion, company drivers, you're supposed to send the information and you're supposed to go through dispatch. Now, if I was a lease operator, owner operator, it'd been a different story. But that's kind of one of the advantages of being company drivers. You're not supposed to be dealing with all this bull crap. So that was another huge thing, and it just, let's just say, were issues and stuff like that, and trying to get home was a kind of a big thing. So it pretty much broke down to it wasn't worth it. And the last straw that broke the camel's back was all of a sudden I was go from 2,200, 2,800 miles a week, and I was seeing 1,400, which broke down to I was seeing $400 to $500 paychecks, and I can't survive on that. So got in contact with the buddy, talking with him. They actually were telling everyone they didn't have anything open, but they had one truck that driver blew up the transmission on, so I was able to actually get in, kind of jump the list a little bit. But with 6.5 years of safe driving experience, it kind of gave me a little bit of priority, everyone. So I am back OTR. I am a lease driver again. I will put out more information about all that in later videos. If you follow me on my Facebook page, JACASVLOGS, you can see what company I'm at. I am hauling Prime's freight again, but I am not at Prime. I am on the A fleet, which I will go into more detail on the advantages of being on A fleet compared to Prime later on, because this is gonna be back cranking out videos for you guys. And I am at, might as well say it, I am at RST. If you're kind of been on the YouTube game for a bit, you kind of know about the company a little bit. There's a bunch of YouTubers over here, or was. And then there's only a couple. I don't know if one still does videos or not. But that's where I'm at. I am in this truck until pretty much end of the year, somewhere between November and December, and then I will be in one of the new trucks that are coming in, and I will have the opportunity either to lease it or lease purchase. Me and the owner are going to talk about that later on. So a lot of interesting things going on. I will put all my numbers, and I'll explain to you the difference between A fleet and Prime lease side, and the some of the, and I will call out some people on the bullshit information that they put out there that, I hate to say it, he said A Fleet gets 80% and Prime gets 72% to 72%, and no, it's all up 100%, dude. It gets a little, only time it gets a little funky is if they go through a brokered load, but I'll explain that all later. So, alright, I think I kind of rambled off on their little topic, but I am back OTR. Make sure you follow me on my Facebook page at JACASVLOGS. Follow me on Instagram. Kind of, that's where I put up a lot of pictures, and that's kind of, you'll be able to see a lot more of my day-to-day stuff on there, but I will be doing a bunch more videos for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's about it. So make sure you give me the good old thumbs up on this one. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll talk to you next time.